Good morning. My seminar presentation topic is environmental problems associated with climate change. So, there are some major environmental problems are as follows. First is the ozone depletion, greenhouse effect, and global warming. Second is that desertification. Third is deforestation, and four is loss of biodiversity, and fifth last is disposal of wastage. Now we can discuss one by one. First is that ozone depletion. It means greenhouse effect and global warming. All their physical phenomena are related to one another to a great extent. To understand their effect on environment, we must first to all know that meaning, interrelationship and work set. Ozone is a form of oxygen which is way from the earth's surface at a highest of about 20 to 30 kilometers in the atmosphere. It is scattered in the stratosphere in the form of a layer about 3 millimeters thick. This layer works as a shield to protect the earth against the ultraviolet radiation that comes from the sun. It is found to many household implements and produced. When it is raised into the air, it accumulates in the upper atmosphere, which destroys the ozone layer. The depletion of ozone layer is linked to both greenhouse effect and the phenomenon of global warming. The phenomenon, commonly known as greenhouse effect, occurs due to emission of gaseous pollutant, methane, CFCs, water vapor and carbon dioxide, known as greenhouse gases, in the air, which after the heating of the atmosphere causes the average global temperature rises. This is known as global warming. In fact, the building of carbon dioxide in Earth's atmosphere functions like the glass of greenhouse, allows the sun rays to pass through but acts as a barrier to prevent them from passing back. The effect is to heat up the earth. Global warming sometimes turned back to the greenhouse effect for the reason carbon dioxide emission which cause global warming, mostly automobiles. Second is that desertification. There is no environmental problem in the world that affect people, especially poor people, as extensively a land degradation or desertification. UNCODE defines desertification as the diminution or destructing of the biological potential of land, which can ultimately lead to the desert-like condition. The causes of desertification are numerous. However, the important ones are nuclear climate change, overaging, deforestation, and expansion of agriculture. About 30% of the earth area. Desertification leads to lost vegetation, which forces men to marry for their livelihood, while the women are left behind to struggle on. Third is the effect the deforestation. Deforestation is one of the important issues of the environmental change and degradation of soil. About 30% of our surface is covered by forest. South Africa, especially Brazil, West Central Africa, and South Asia are home to regions of dense forest. The human pressure on forest has significantly increased in recent decades. The need of agricultural land, increased demand for fuel and commercial wood more than construction, large scale reaching the mining alone, growing industrialization, urbanization have ruthlessly exploited the forest and have created chaotic conditions for several environmental emergencies. The main cause of deforestation is commercial exploitation of forest. Besides this part of the development of drive large dams of construction across many rivers, thereby destroying forest. The forest play a pivotal role in the balancing the ecosystem, or in other words, maintaining the oxygen and carbon dioxide of the earth. Forests have a multiple ecological role to play with effect to all types of life in the various role. Third is the loss of biodiversity. Today, the extinction of several species or loss of biodiversity is a much debated issue among the environmentalists. At international level, many species are decreasing rapidly. According to an estimate, 20 to 75 species are becoming extinct each they become of deforestation. The loss of diversity is mainly due to the degradation of life support system. It provides the basis of life on earth. Biodiversity means the verifying of life on earth. The diversity on a condition for a long sustainability of the environment. The maintenance of its intensity is therefore recognized as being indispensable so sustain human life. Biological diversity encompasses all species, plants, animals, and microorganisms, and the ecosystem and ecological process of which they are a part. The increasing interest of diversity is a result of concern regarding species extinction, depletion of genetic diversity, and disruption to the atmosphere, water supply, fisheries, and forests. Some bird species such as vultures and kites become almost. Many species, animals, plants are disappearing rapidly because of their high consumption of destruction. The main causes identified for the loss of biological diversity are habit loss, fragmentation and modification, over-exploitation of resources, and chemical fertilizers, pesticides, and oil pollutions. The first last climate change is that disposal of wastage. The high energy consumption and high population densities of the urban society give rise to large quantity of waste water and sewage, as well as household rubbish. Industrialization and urbanization are the main causes of domestic, industrial, and nuclear wastage. The contamination of treated water supplies cause many diseases of endemic nature. The industrial waste consistent of chemical resistant metals and synthetic compounds. Besides the solid waste and garbage, thousands of tons of mercury, nitrogen, phosphorus, cadmium, lead, zinc, and other waste is dumped every day in the river and sea water. The increased nuclear fuels is one of the source of non-conventional energy. The nuclear waste contains radioactive isotopes which generate large quantity of heat. The domestic, industrial, and nuclear waste are serious health hazards and many endangers the biosphere as well as. Industrial wastage, pesticides, herbicides enter the waterways through dumping as well as runoff from farms, the homes. Many rivers in India, includes the long seahorses, are the victims of this disposal of waste. Because of dumping of heavy waste, it is now very difficult to get a cup of totally uncontaminated water from the so-called scarce rivers like Ganga and Yamuna. In the quiet system of solid waste dispose cause adverse impact on health, infant mortality, and the deaths. There are और many other related articles environmental issue हैं, environmental allocation restriction problems are climatic change. That's all. Thank you.